to show you 3 ways to incorporate a mist into your skincare routine that is going to simplify it and help you with targeting a specific skincare condition or just hydration, or maybe you need some anti-inflammatory support. So let's get right into how you choose a skincare mist. So I kind of break it down into what is your skincare goal? If you're looking for hydration, then you might be looking for ingredients in your mist that include peptides, ceramides, beta-glucan, hyaluronic acid, polyglutamic acid. Glycerin is usually right up there on the top. And of course, water. Most of our mists are going to start out with a water base, but there's some that I'm going to show you that don't have a water. But having a water base isn't a bad thing. It's great in a mist because it just makes your mists, sort of light and easy to tolerate in the summer heat. So don't think water is a bad ingredient if you see it at the top of your ingredient deck of your mist. Another ingredient you're going to be looking for in a mist may be targeting antioxidants, CoQ10, EGCG, green tea, mugwort, centella, and I have a centella product or a centella mist that I'm going to share with you today that I really like a lot. And I don't have it with me, but I'll show you a picture because I use it all up. And so you're going to look for maybe an antioxidant in your mist. Another ingredient you might be looking for in your mist is an exfoliating product. If you have oily skin, maybe especially in the summer, you're just producing lots of oil and you just need to sort of tamp that down. And you're going to be looking for maybe willow bark or an AHA or BHA mist that's light enough to leave on your skin and won't cause irritation. And last but not least, anti-inflammatories. If you kind of have an anti-inflammatory condition that kicks off in the summer, I know I do. My eczema is always flaring in the summer, especially in the crook of my arm. So I'm looking for a mist that maybe has an anti-inflammatory product. Maybe some rose water or fulvic acid, which I'm going to talk about later in today's video, or aloe, turmeric, things that are going to calm your skin down. So one way to look for a mist is just to look at the ingredient deck and think about your skincare goal in mind before you pick one up. So let's jump right into how you would use a mist. Once you've kind of picked a few that you want to try, and how would you use it? How would you incorporate it into your summer skincare routine to keep things really simple? What I like to do is think of a mist as a replacement for one of my serums. The mists these days are so advanced. They have so many high quality skincare ingredients that it could totally replace one of the other serums that you would typically use in a layering system. So one way you can simplify is just you can get rid of one of your serums and buy a mist that has some of the ingredients or maybe a couple of the ingredients that some of your serums might have. Another way to use a mist is to prep your skin. Now, for me, I typically don't do a cleanse in the morning. I find that doing an extra cleanse in the morning is just too irritating for my skin. So for me, if you've been on this channel, you'll know that I typically start my day with a mist. Usually it's the Sukiyaka, oh my gosh, I'm butchering it. Sukiyaka Suhada. I don't know why I couldn't get that out. Sukiyaka Suhada mist. It's a urea-based mist with glycerin and urea. I love it. I happen to be out of it. It's really hard to find, but just keep searching. I heard that it's back in stock. Someone left a comment and that it's back in stock in Amazon. So that's awesome. You can either usually find it at Amazon or Walmart, or Japanese Taste sometimes has it. So it's not easy to find, but it is an amazing skincare mist. And often in the morning, I will replace a cleanse with the Sukiyaki Suhada and usually throw it in. You've seen me use my mister. These are amazing. If you end up with a product like the Sukiyaki Suhada that isn't like a traditional mist, it's not in a misting bottle, it doesn't have the mister or the pump spray, you can always just throw it into a mister. So it's a great way to take one of the products that you know and love and turn it into a refreshing mist. Super easy. This makes a spray, just a really light, fine spray. And it's really a simple way to convert one of your maybe toners or essences into a mist. And you can incorporate it into a summer routine and it's just a little bit more refreshing. So another way you can incorporate a mist is to use it, like I was talking earlier, as a treatment. And you can kind of layer that in probably at the very beginning of your skincare routine. So it kind of treats a condition, whether it's an acne flare, or for me personally, it would be an eczema flare. So you can use it as a treatment. So how have I been using this? Like I said, I use for me, it replaces my morning skincare cleanse. And it just simplifies my morning routine so easily because I don't want those heavy serums in the morning. I just want something light and something easy. In the wintertime, I'll use it to prep my skin, put a layer of my next skincare ingredient, and then put another layer of mist, and then put my moisturizer. I use it more in the winter, a mist as a layering product to sort of pack in hydrations, especially with my hydrating mists. And I have a few misses that I used this winter that I'm going to share with you and sort of discuss why they were kind of not maybe the best choices for using a mist to layer in hydration during the winter months. But in the summer, like I said, we want it simple, we want it easy. What I've been doing is using a mist in the morning, just spraying, going in for me with one serum. It's either going to be for me an antioxidant, usually a vitamin C based serum, or I've also been focused on my licorice root serum, the LI Effector licorice root serum. It has been something I've been using to target my hyperpigmentation, which always kicks off in the summer because we're out and about and doing our outdoor activities, which is another reason you want to really simplify your skincare routine in the summer. You don't want to be fussing around with your skincare. You've got lots to do, rushing kids around to different activities, or just wanting to be outside, especially on the weekends. You just want it simple, fast, and easy. So I've just been using a mist, using one serum, and then letting that dry down, and then throwing on my sunscreen. So it's been just a simple way to incorporate, or simple way to just simplify my skincare routine for some summer months. And I've been using the Claire's Fundamental Ampule and the Pink Drink, the firming resurfacing essence. Okay, so I also don't want you to get bogged down in the fact is my mist a toner or is it an essence? It really doesn't matter. Basically, an essence is a fermented skincare product and a toner isn't. These days, a toner isn't sort of that whole pH balancing thing that we used to think of as toners back in the 70s and 80s. So don't get hung up on the term. Just pick one up that has the ingredients that you really like and go for it. So with the Claire's Fundamental Ampule, this is a fragrance-free, essential-free, or essential oil-free mist. And the first ingredient doesn't happen to be water. It happens to be camellia leaf water. And it has a bunch of humectants. It has ceramides. It has antioxidants. It almost really has, it's basically a mist serum. It'll take care of multiple steps in your skincare routine. So you might want to throw in, like I do, like something for anti-pigmentation or a vitamin C serum. But this very small bottle packs a punch. It's not too pricey, and I really love it. On the other hand, the pink drink is a little bit on the pricey side, but it has it goes through that extra fermenting process, and I'm sure it probably costs them more to make it, but it has peptides, fermented honey, fermented pink yeast. It is an essence, and through that fermenting process, it creates antioxidants and peptides. And peptides are an amazing humectant. I have to say, when I want my skin to have a bounce, I would reach for the pink drink over the Claire's ampule. It really just gives my skin like just this bounce. It's amazing. I really like it. I've been enjoying it. Like I said, it's on the pricier end, but I've really enjoyed it as a one step. And if you're knocking out one of your skincare ingredients, then maybe you can afford to purchase one that has lots of different ingredients in one simple mist. Okay, so let's talk about mists for different skin types. For me, I typically look for a mist that has tons of hydrating ingredients. Uh, Glycerin, I really like to see that at the top of my ingredient deck. The peptides, ceramides, right at the top. But if you have oily skin, that is not going to be comfortable for you. It just might be a little bit too heavy to have a high glycerin based mist. So you might want to think about doing something a little bit lighter. I don't have it with me, but I've had really good, I don't have it with me, but the Sukiyaka Suhara is a really light water-based mist with a little bit of exfoliating property. The urea is slightly exfoliating. I think if you have oily skin, that would be a perfect mist for you. There's also one by Neutrogena, which has got a turmeric-based skincare. I've heard it's really soothing and calming for acne, and that's supposed to be a great one for oily skin types. And I know this may throw some people into paroxysms of, oh, you can't put that on your skin. But the old Evian, if you have really oily skin, you are out and about and you are just dying and you want a mist, I think good old Evian is not the worst. It's just got the mineral water in it. If you don't like, if you're not parched dry like me 24/7 and 12 months out of the year, Evian spring water can just bring you just that boost, of just hydration and just, you don't, if you, like I said, if you have oily skin, you're not going to need to pack on a moisturizer. If you don't have oily skin and you still love just a nice water-based mist, make sure you put a light layer of moisturizer on over it so your skin isn't just like drying out with the Evian water. And sometimes a mist is just an enjoyable product. I'm going to have to say, like for Evian the other day, I was driving around in the car and I happened to have one rolling around in the car and I was just dying from the heat. I was so hot. I had my skin, my SPF, waterproof SPFs. I knew I wasn't going to be drying out my skin. It was so hot. I reached for this and I just sprayed it everywhere. And it was just that sensory experience that you sometimes just want and a mist can provide. I also have that feeling with the Emma Hardy. I thought this was going to be a great mist. It really is highly irritating. It's got tons of perfume. It's basically glycerin and perfume. There's nothing, in my personal opinion, that's really a skin benefit in this, especially if you have irritable skin. But I'm telling you, this smells delicious. And I will just it's a sensory experience. I will just give it a spritz over my body. I can't really use it on my décolleté or my face, but it is a lovely, just light scented. And sometimes in the summer, if you're feeling sticky and grungy, just a light mist, just a little perfuming mist isn't the worst thing ever. So that was kind of a miss as an actual skincare product, but I do just kind of give myself a squirt for a sensory experience. Okay, so back to a couple misses that I thought were going to be great skincare mists that didn't exactly work for me. I did end up using them up and I found a way to incorporate them in my skincare routine, but it was kind of more in the winter. I used the Kate Somerville Dermal Quench Liquid Lift. This is basically just hyaluronic acid. So if you don't occlude it, at least for me with dry skin, with a bit of moisturizer, it's just going to dry out my skin. But that's how I did use it. I sprayed it, and I think I had a couple videos on it. I would spray it in the morning and in place of a cleanse, and then I would put my moisturizer, and then I would put my serum, then I'd spray this again, and then I'd put my moisturizer. So back to the concept that I was talking to you about just using a mist as a layering to pack in moisture and hydration. That's how I use this, and it worked really well. There's nothing wrong with using it that way, but it didn't quite pack the skincare ingredient punch that some of the other mists that I have found really handle. Like they're basically skincare in a mist. The other one that I was a little bit disappointed about, I got it in one of the Carolyn Hirons skincare boxes, and I was pretty excited, is the Zellens Pro Vitamin D. During the winter, I was having lots of irritated skin, and this was purported to have vitamin D that would be calming and kind of restorative. And it's a fortifying facial mist, but I didn't really find that. It was more of just a hydration step. And I actually couldn't find the vitamin D ingredient in this. I'm sure it's in there, but I searched the ingredient deck like maybe 3 times and I found it quite confusing. But if you have maybe slightly oily skin, I think this would be a really great skincare mist for you. It has zinc PCA, which is really helpful for acne. It also has a couple surfactants that are okay skin conditioning surfactants, but it really didn't suit as far as a real skincare ingredient mist my dry sensitive skin. But I think if you have dry skin, you could use the Zellens D, maybe layered in with a light moisturizer, or even not. You might be able to tolerate it. But I had to actually use that the similar way that I did the Kate Somerville Dermal Quench. I had to layer it in with the serum and then a moisturizer on top as the finishing product, just to kind of pack in the hydration. But honestly, I couldn't figure out where the vitamin D was in this product. Anyway, it had glutamic acid, and I was wondering, like, why wouldn't they just throw in polyglutamic acid? That's one skincare ingredient I'm really curious about learning more about. But polyglutamic acid is sort of like the sister to hyaluronic acid and supposedly even better. So these two were a bit of a miss of a mist for me, but I did find a way to use them in my skincare routine, and I ended up being able to use them up. Okay, so One of the mists that I've just discovered this summer, and I'm really liking it because I am sort of eczema prone, is the Fulvic Mineral Mist. Now, Fulvic is a product that you find in hummus or soil. It's sort of extracted from the sort of peat or hummus and soil. And actually, the Inky List has a Fulvic cleansing balm, cleansing gel. It's a cleansing gel. And fulvic acid is a great ingredient that I've discovered. I'm going to link a resource down below, but fulvic acid, I'm going to just read a little bit about it. It is an antioxidant. It plays well with all your other skincare ingredients. Vitamin C, it's anti-inflammatory. That's why it's great for eczema. It's calming. The little article that I was reading said it's great for psoriasis. It's been popularized in Eastern skincare for a while now, but Western skincare is just sort of discovering it. And so you might start seeing this more in some of your skincare and on some of your skincare ingredient decks. But it's antibacterial, great for dermatitis, which I know I'm going to be using that this winter. I always get some dermatitis from some product that I'm trialing, especially in the winter when my skin barrier is a little bit more irritated. It's great for psoriasis, great for eczema, and great for acne. So I think you're going to be seeing a lot more of this. It's not pricey. It is easily found. I'll put a link to the products or to the product down below. Actually, all my the products that I talk about today and some others will be linked down below in the description. I always leave kind of a really robust information in the description box below. So go ahead and check it out. I really appreciate if you decide to use one of my links. That's really sweet. You certainly don't have to. It's no cost to you. But I've already kind of done all the work for you, gathering all the product information. So head down there, whether you use my link or not, doesn't matter. You can at least get a referral for all the products that I talk about and maybe some that I might have missed talking about down below. But I'll put them under headings so that it helps you kind of quickly go jump through the list so you can find what you're looking for. So a couple myths that I don't have with me, but that I wanted to talk about once again are the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator. I think I love that. It is an emulsion. So some of the myths you find are going to be oil and water emulsions, meaning that they have both water and oil. And you have to give them kind of a shake before you use them. So make sure if you have one of those, that you're giving it a shake and dispersing the water and the oil together. So you've got a really good, skincare. You get these skincare ingredients on your face in the way that they're supposed to be. Besides, water and oil emulsions are maybe a little bit better suited for a winter skin routine, but the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator is purported to be like a really great product, and this is the way I use it to prep my skin in the morning. Again, in the winter, it replaced my morning cleanse, and I kind of am really missing it. I'm trying to get through these other myths, but I'm really excited to go back and purchase it. And they're really a wonderful company. I've talked to them a couple times via email, and I really like their philosophy. And so I really love this product. It has some oils and extracts that may not agree with your skin. I actually didn't have a problem with it, which typically I with them, because if there's oils and extracts in there, I'm going to typically have a problem, kind of like that's what this was packed with. But this seems to be more skin ingredient friendly, and I had no problem with it. I absolutely loved it. So I'm definitely going to be repurchasing the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator. Another one that's sort of on that oil and water emulsion line is the Dr. Jart Cicapair Calming Tiger Grass Mist. I think I have that right, but it's also a water and oil emulsion, and it is definitely less irritating. It's super calming, all soothing ingredients, the Centillica asiatica in there, and the tiger grass. It's just super, super calming. And that was one I finished up also, and I don't have the empty. I don't know. They tend to roll away. I don't know what I do with the empty sometimes, but I can't find it, but I'll pop a picture of it up here so you can recognize it. But those are two, the Josh Rosebrook Hydrating Accelerator and the Dr. Jart Cicapair Tiger Grass Mist. Great mist. If I had them, I would be using them. But as I said, I'm trying to use up some of these others. So I think that kind of wraps up my summer easy breezy push for using a mist, how you can replace some of your items in your skincare routine, how you can use them to benefit your skin, whether you're using them for a treatment, for some irritated skin or acne prone skin, or whether you're using them just to pack in some hydration, or you're using them to just wake yourself up, have a sensory experience. It's a, it can just be fun too. So, I always want to portray that skincare is, it's also self-care, and it's also important to enhance the look and, beautification of our skin, but also skincare can just be fun, and that's okay too. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're going to incorporate a mist in your summer skincare routine, because besides being fun, the new, more advanced skincare mists are just loaded with really amazing ingredients and just amazing skincare benefits that you wouldn't necessarily expect to find in sort of maybe what you would consider a frivolous or frivolous or extra in your skincare routine. I was reading it, really kind of what prompted me to do this particular video is that I was reading an article about that mists are passe, like ditch the mist, it's an extra expense that you don't need in your skincare. And I totally disagree. I think a mist is a great way to incorporate something you might be missing in your skincare, to skip a step in your skincare, use it for treatment. So I totally disagree with that particular article, but I think it's a skincare mist is something you can always reach for as a benefit in your skincare routine. So as I said, thanks again for joining me. I always appreciate the time that you spend with me. Throw this video a like, subscribe, tag a friend, or send it off to a friend. Share with a friend if you think they might be interested in learning a little bit about summer skincare mists, how to pare down your skincare routine in the summer. Like I said, my skincare routine this summer has just been 3 steps. I grab my mist, I throw on one of the serums that I've been using, whether it's a pigment reduction serum or a brightening serum, and then I just throw on my SPF. So you can incorporate a mist to really pare things down and make your summer skincare enjoyable yet pack a punch. So take care, everybody. Bye.